Facebook. Perennial concerns about user data security. Censorship and foreign election influence accusations. 1.4 billion daily users. While Congress interviewed founder Mark Zuckerberg, here in Indian country, Facebook was igniting an internal controversy in the Mvskoke Creek Nation National Council. What are the Mvskoke Creek Nation National Council rules and procedures on the use of social media, and do they need to be revised? Mvskoke Creek citizens who primarily use Facebook to learn about MCN events and legislation are concerned that they will have no voice in the determination of how council reps can utilize the social media outlet. Mvskoke Vision spoke with National Council Representative Mark Randolph, a central figure in the ongoing debate. Representative Randolph, just kind of take us through the process that led you to, I believe it was March 20th, but the initial post on social media that you made regarding the council would be voting on an addendum to rules and procedures. Kind of walk us forward to what brought you to making that post that day.
Well, when I first seen the addendum, it blew me away. I never imagined that. The first thing I thought of was my freedom of speech, and I really thought I was inconsiderate of the citizens. And I said, I will post this, because I think transparency is important, and I believe it's part of our job to bring information to the citizens and keep them informed, and that's one of the best ways that I've found. And it's 2018, We've got to use technology to reach the people.
What, access to the rules and procedures of the council? I know you guys have rules and procedures as we talked about, but what access to those rules and procedures do you know of that the citizens have? I mean, could the citizens go and get a copy right now at the council? How much is that information available to citizens, the rules and procedures that you all as members go by?
Mm-hmm. I'm not real positive. I hate to say anything when I'm not positive, but it should be as a matter of public record. I mean, they should be able to get a copy, I would think.
Mm-hmm. But to your knowledge, you don't know exactly right
I don't know for sure.
Okay.
Right.
When you were new to the council and the rules were being explained to you, everything like that, and told that those procedures were in place, were those was it said to you all that we keep those in-house? People don't know about the rules and procedures, or what? Could you share what they are if somebody asked you, anything like that? Do you recall any of that being discussed?
No, I don't ever believe I was told that it was to be kept in-house or anything. When I first got on council, I filled in for like a year and a half. It wasn't a 4-year term. We were just given our seat back in the Wagner area. And then after that, I sat on fact finding. This is my first time to sit on the Internal Affairs Committee again. So it's kind of, I'm having to refresh myself on things, but I don't remember, I was never part of really updating the policies and procedures until now.
When it comes to this issue and you being outspoken, of course, on social media about your feelings about it, such as a violation of First Amendment freedom of speech rights, do you feel like there will be any action against you, whether it be a suspension, a censure? We've seen things like that in the past where council reprimanded their own. Do you feel like there'll be any action against you resulting from this?
Well, one of the things when I was thinking about this, I thought, this is just my opinion, that these policies and procedures a lot of them stem from personal agendas. That's my opinion. I don't see the citizens really being factored in on these decisions. I think there's a part of it that is self-serving, that some of these addendums protect or provide a safety net certain council members, but they oppress and target others. And that's something that really bothers me also, because and I don't want to play no victim role. I'm not nobody's victim, but I know about institutionalized bullying and harassment and all that from my background as a social worker, and I feel like a lot of this is like setting traps. I feel like it's like I might step on a mine and it might blow up, and that I got to really be careful about what I share with citizens, and that makes me feel very limited as a national council person that talked about transparency and accountability, and heard a lot of other people talk about it also.
Do you think it's more of a symptom of time and place now, or something that we've sort of created as a government with the way that we do business with different things? You have executive sessions, you have different votes on the council, and citizens not being able to be there for different things. Do you think it's a symptom of now, or something that maybe has happened in the past that's sort of created this culture that we probably need to take a harder look at?
I would have to agree that it's part of the culture here. I think a lot of our people have not really been involved, and things are always done, and not everybody is informed or know what's going on. And I think about voter apathy. We talk about voter apathy, and I always thought of Facebook a way as engaging the citizens and involving them, and it creates an avenue where they can have an input and have a voice. And I think unless we engage our people and get them interested, they're not going to vote. They're not going to vote. And I think for a long time, just a portion of our people have been running the tribal nation. That everything's been in their lap, and they've done things, and then the big percentage of our people just haven't been involved. And it's kind of a shame.
So fast forward to the quarterly council meeting. This will be voted upon by the council. And I don't know, I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, but it could be very vague in its interpretation. Are you going to continue to post on social media after this Saturday? Or, are you still going to reach out and talk with the citizens via that platform for you if anything comes out of this?
Well, I have to walk a tight line, I would say, because I can be disciplined, and I already feel like this is like a gag order. It is, to me, being disciplined in a way already. And I know.
But you think it specifically targets you?
Well, the feedback I received from citizens was I was the only one that posts anything to do with legislation and national council business.
Right.
I know people post like pictures or events they attend, but I started posting over 2, maybe 3 years ago. I know with the Diamond Pipeline and different bills that I had authored. And then I thought, well, I'll just post the ones that I'm not going to vote for, and I'm going to justify why. And that, to me, was just being transparent. And now what citizens feel or what they say, I have no control over. And another thing, along the lines of our transparency is we did have an internal vote on the council, because I've been advocating since October for live streaming our committee meetings. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of, where everything's discussed, the meat of the bills, and I think it would be great for the citizens to be able to, flip on their computer and watch, because they could understand the bills better than in the general council meeting. But we had an internal poll, and it failed 6-10. 6 was for live streaming and 10 was against. So once again, I'm finding it hard because I was thinking, if we just had our own Facebook, a Facebook page from the council where everybody had their input, or we could live stream, I wouldn't have to worry about Facebooking individually, and posting in things and having to live with possible backlash.
What's the citizen input been to you about your posts on Facebook when they involve quote unquote tribal business, meaning legislations, and wanting to explain to citizens what we'll be voting on? What's the input been that they've given you on that? And has there been those that have said, look, that doesn't need to be on Facebook, anything like that? What's it been like for you to hear from them?
I would say 99.9% to 100% have all thanked me. They've told me they appreciate it, especially our folks that live out of state, at-large citizens, out of boundaries, whatever you want to call them. They rely on Facebook. And a lot of our elders, we have people that have children. They can't make these meetings, and they want to be kept informed. And I've had nothing but positive feedback. I was at a graduation Friday, and I had people coming up to me then and saying, we appreciate you keeping us informed. And so it's been nothing but positive from the citizens. And, I even saw on Mvskoke Media where it was saying maybe they should poll the citizens to see if they want these things on Facebook or not. Be interesting.
All right. Thank you, sir, for your time. We appreciate you coming in and visiting with us today.
You're welcome. I appreciate you.
Mvskoke Media contacted Council Speaker Lucian Tiger for comments on the rule changes. In an interview with the Mvskoke News, he did provide these comments. The council right now has no policy to regulate social media. Although we are not considered employees of the nation, we have the same benefits as employees of the nation. So the reason this is being brought forth at this time is to get ourselves in line with the nation's policies on social media. When it comes to our meetings, in my mind, the council has been 100% transparent. Every legislation, every committee meeting, all the audio is right there on the website. According to Speaker Tiger, MCN citizens would not be given an opportunity to give input on the proposed rule changes. He stated, "It is a council issue. These are the rules and procedures that we use to govern ourselves." Mvskoke Media also requested an official updated version of the MCN National Council rules and procedures, and were told that upon the enactment of the resolution, the rules will be available to disperse.